Jeff? Hey, I saw you. I was didn't mean to keep you waiting there. I just came back from Alberta last night, and I took my watch off and to charge it up, and suddenly I looked at the time. I'm like, crap! Nice backdrop. Where are you?
I'm just in my office. It's one of these Zoom backdrops that they throw up.
Oh, got it. I'm in my office. It's one of my originals. How are you?
Good, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm on a back heel now because I apologize for keeping you waiting for 10 minutes.
These things happen. These things happen.
They shouldn't, but they do. Yeah, appreciate it. So tell me,
what were you doing? A little vacation?
Say again?
What were you doing in Alberta? You had a little break, a little vacation?
Yeah, I had a week to, I just needed to I hadn't taken any time off since Christmas. And
yeah, good for you.
We have a timeshare that we normally go to the States and have fantastic holidays. And then we found a place to swap it in Fairmont Hot Springs.
Oh yeah, my wife looks at that place all the time for the same reason.
It wasn't that great, but it was a great place to call home. And we went to Calgary, we went to Hinton, we went through the Rockies, we did everything. And we stayed a few nights away because we'd already paid for the timeshare anyway. So
yeah,
great. Yeah, we did 4,080 kilometers.
Oh wow, so you did some good driving.
Yeah, I got home about 11 o'clock last night or something. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, right back at it. Good for you. Sometimes you need a vacation to relax from your vacation, right?
Yeah, this was a good one because it was just I didn't realize Fairmont is actually Alberta time. I never realized BC had 2 time zones.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, well, I knew it had a couple, but I didn't know I didn't know Fairmont was in one.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off a bit. So turned my computer on this morning, and anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. So what's going on with Alliance these days?
Well, in the context of what we're talking about, we're trying to figure out what to do with our whole web presence.
Yeah.
Right now, what we have is what I call it, sort of a semi-abandoned WordPress site that was built in 2014. I don't know who even built it because pages are showing various salespersons as their authors in the WordPress dashboard. Then for a while the hosting was then handled by a company called One Yellow Tree, and they handled that hosting for a while. Yeah, there's 1,000 companies up there, right? Yeah. They handled that for a while. Then basically we were having trouble, nothing that they did badly, but we were having trouble getting things the way we needed them. So at least temporarily, our current IT provider, which is Empyrean Technologies, they said, okay, we'll host it for you. So now they've been hosting it. But about, I don't know, at this point, maybe 9 months ago, maybe even 10 months ago, one of our sub companies, there's the Alliance group, and then there's various companies underneath it, right?
Yeah.
One of the sub companies named New Frame, they wanted to get their website going because they just sort of had something of a page underneath the Alliance site, as our other companies did. The idea was to start getting pages for each one of these companies. So I started building, basically long story short, we had one of our owners had a relationship with another website building company, who somehow owed him a favor, maybe owed him money, I don't know, none of my business what was owed. Yeah. He said, well, maybe it's time to cash that in. So they got in touch with me and said, okay, well, let's do some sites. So we talked it all through, we did a bunch of work, blah, blah, blah. They said, okay, well, here, look at these 3 options you have. You can pick one of these options. So there were 3 WordPress templates that were basically all pretty lame, right? Now there's many excellent WordPress templates.
Yeah.
WordPress is used from some of the world's largest companies. Disney uses WordPress, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're using WordPress. It's all about the template and the framework that you decide to go with. Well, they gave me the option of these 3, and we didn't like any of them. So we said, hey, because I said, you asked me to pick from one of these that you gave. I said, well, let's try it with this one. They showed me the results. Didn't like it at all. I said, hey, this is on me, my fault. I sent them a list of maybe 15 different examples of WordPress templates in use that we liked.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that. They didn't want to start again on that. And it's like, well, okay, at the end of the day, I can't tell them what to do. They have this special relationship. I don't want to interfere with that. By this point, as far as I understand it, we've sort of, I guess, I don't know what the owner who has an obligation from them has done, but they're not contacting me anymore at this point about this, right? I was very polite. I didn't want to cause any trouble. I didn't want to get fired over this, for crying out loud.
No. Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, they basically said, we can't just start over. This is your choice for the websites you're going to have. It's like, well, this is not cool. Like, this is not going to work. So at that point I said, listen, I'm just going to code it from scratch myself. So I started working on coding that. I built it in Node.js, and I got to the point where I'm ready to deploy on a limited production level so that we can have a landing page, and I think I had 2 other pages ready to go. Excuse me. And then I found that the folder structure of our actual server was an absolute, it's like a Gordian knot of artifacts from old WordPress iterations. You can't make sense of it. There's redirects in there that techs who have orders of magnitude more skill in these matters than they can't unravel. So basically, at this point, what we need to do is we need to burn that to the ground and start with a fresh structure. But if we do that, we have nothing online.
Okay.
So I started working on a Node.js app for the Alliance site. But in doing that, that's way more complex than the new frame site. There's just so much more going on. And at this point, I'm going like, okay, we've got sunk costs of my time, probably around $2,000 in it right now. And knowing those who write the checks around here, and very rightly so, they're going to be like, okay, what's your timeline for deploying? Well, I told them 8 months ago my timeline was for deploying was like 4 months, and it should have been, because the Node.js was fine. Yeah. But the problem is I couldn't plug it in, so I had to keep rebuilding and retrying, and we've added like at least 4 to 6 months of dev time because of the server structure, and because as good as our IT vendor is, like overall, they have, as far as I can tell, they have one tech who has any Apache. I have none. But they have one tech who has any Apache knowledge at all. And I was waiting for literally 6 weeks at a time for tickets for attention from them. I'm not upset with him or them.
No,
like,
no.
We give them so much work that they're always way behind. We get it. Like unless we're going to basically give them the funding to hire a couple of more individuals, what can they do? Well, yeah, there's no ire here, but it's like at this point, you know, I'm kind of like the guy who's been on a lifeboat for 6 weeks, thinking like, okay, it might be 6 hours. You're like, holy Dinah, man! Like, I got other stuff to do here.
Yes.
Like, it's become a mess, and I'm concerned now about, okay, based on where I'm at now, and you know, Amin, our controller, he and I both are of agreement that the website we currently have is not, it's not congruent with who we are as a company. No. Visually, aesthetically, functionally, in terms of branding and marketing, it's a disaster.
Right.
Ownership, they can say what they can do whatever they want, right? They're the people who actually are in charge. We're the people who care but don't have any heft in a way. Yeah. They're going, it doesn't matter. We don't get a lot of leads from there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but more and more recruiting is dependent upon your web presence. And we're having, like, recruiting is our #1 challenge. It's staggering. I won't even go into it. Yeah. So besides that, marketing, it's becoming more and more important from a marketing perspective, right? Yeah. Because anyone these days, unless they've had a business relationship with you for a while, unless they're fully old school, who knows you and calling on the phone, calling their salesperson that they've had for years, they're going to look at your web presence. And our web presence basically says, hey, we're out of it. Yeah. Right? It's not fair. It doesn't have any relationship to how well we do trusses or anything else. Yeah. But it's all about your perception. And that's the whole point of marketing, right?
Of course.
So I get what the owners are saying. And I take my hat off to them because they know how to make trusses and make money better than I ever will. But on this, I'm like, guys, we actually have to, you know, we have to, if we're going to a meeting, the fact that we're in our work clothes and smelly is awesome for proving we work hard, but it's not awesome for convincing their procurement department that they want to work with us. That's my metaphor, right? We got to be dressed for success too. Yeah. Okay, so all that to say is we need to do something with our web presence. What do we do? At this point, more time into the Node.js to me, I think is like, now it's at a point where it's the sunk costs have passed that point where, you know, every extra dollar I'm putting into there now, it's no longer a service to the company. Got it. It's a bitter pill to swallow, because it was a good way to go if it had worked out the way it was supposed to. Well, the poet said the best laid plans of mice and men often go with glee, and boy, is that ever the case, right?
No shit. Yeah, I get it.
So we're kind of at this point going, okay, what are we going to do? I've found a WordPress template that I like. I'm saying let's just go with WordPress. It's got all the safety for keeping our current SEO juice. It's got, no security concerns, and Node, as much as I've got many NPM add-ons in there that are supposed to be secure, at the end of the day, you're saying I'm going it alone. I'm going Maverick when you put it that way. And unless you're a security guy, which I am emphatically not, you're opening yourself up to potential problems.
Yes, of course you are. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just like, okay.
Paul had that years ago with one of his sites that had didn't have something really weird went into it. And the only way we could get it was a Viagra Trojan ad or something that kept popping up. Yeah. Another site that we built from was one that he'd had for years. And in the end, the only way we could get rid of it was to literally kill it.
Yeah.
And take the content and rebuild it. There was just no way of cleaning it up.
No. And that's the thing with WordPress, right? Is it's robust enough to serve the largest and most vulnerable to bad actors entities out there.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going like, okay, let's just throw in the towel on, this is my opinion, let's just throw in the towel on trying to do it the cheap, easy way, because that cheap, easy way proved to not, it's any more dollars and it's no longer cheap. Like $2,000, okay, that's cheap, good enough, right? It was all spent in-house. Like I had a great time doing it, but any more than that, it's now stupid, right? I'm literally at $2,008.88. I don't want to get up to 90 cents on it. It's just not right to the company. I wouldn't be having integrity if I did that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So we now have to say we have to go a different direction. Consider that a loss, but a learning that we have to. It's more than just, hey, let's get a WordPress template and plug it into our current folder structure. That ain't going to work.
No, it's not.
It hasn't been a waste entirely, but it's got to stop. So just so you're aware, I've been talking with another vendor about this because I've got to look at a couple of guys, right?
Of course, yeah.
I think I'm going to limit it to 2 guys because we got to do something. I don't even have time for more of these conversations.
Okay, sure.
Beneficial as they are, that's no reflection.
Yeah.
So there's where we're at.
Yeah, and we can jump in real fast. So could you send me the WordPress login of the current site?
Yes.
So we can just see what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Is this the Alliance Truss site?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where I'm at here.
I've actually been to the Abbotsford plant long time ago, but you're based out of Coquitlam in the head office, all right?
No, the head office is Abbotsford. Coquitlam is just a tiny sub-office, and Surrey is a slightly bigger sub-office.
Okay.
I'm going to have to look elsewhere. Give me a second for where I've got that login data.
No problem.
It'll look automatically in my Firefox, but it says no. I can point you to, if you just go to alliancetrust.com, you'll at least see what it looks like while I'm trying to find this.
Share my screen, so we're there. Yeah. Oh, .com, not .ca.
Well, they should redirect to the same.
Okay.
That's one of the things. We had decent redirects working, but now they're like my newframe.ca, I think it is, .ca or .com, points you to a sub page here, even though the server says, no, it's your Node.js app, that's what's there.
Yeah.
Right, so we can't even make that go.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just looking for their login information in my files here. That's not right. Okay, if you put it up there, I can use or no, we can't do that through Zoom, can we? I'll tell you what the password is. It's just a random series of letters, I guess.
I'm still waiting for it to open, would you believe? Oh, here we go.
So Jeff W at alliancetrust.com. Just one W.
Oh, I knew that.
And it's just Alliance Truss, not group.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yep.
And the password is this miserable series of letters, lowercase, unless I say otherwise, LRLNPV, uppercase S, uppercase S, uppercase V. So the upward caret, the little upward arrow, I think that's 6 shift on mine. Then U, uppercase W, L, uppercase U, R, uppercase S. See if that gets you in there.
Type.
Yeah.
Good.
Is that working?
Thinking about it.
Oh, okay. I can't tell how quickly the screen refreshes here. If that doesn't give you what you want, we've got a cPanel login that you're welcome to look at too.
Actually, no, it didn't. I might have. Could you just copy that into the chat box and I'll copy and paste it?
Oh, yeah. I thought there must be some way to do it, but I'm not very familiar with Zoom.
Yeah, just the chat box there, and yeah, if you could just copy and paste it into there, that'll probably. I might have missed one.
Should have done it in the first place. Try that.
Hasn't come. Oh, there we go. Interesting. My main computer in my office was still firing up, so I came up to use this one, and come on, let's see if that does it. Oh, it's only copying half of it.
It's not copying the whole.
Anyway, I'll paste the first half, and then I'll copy the second half.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, weird. Would you believe that? It didn't like doing that. Okay, well, I've got it in front of me now, so I can do it. So L R L N P E case. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's still not working. Anyway, I'll find a way. Bloody hell, that's weird. Okay, well, I'll get into that. The chat box will save as soon as I finish the call, and I can get into it, I'm sure.
Yeah, the cPanel. When I log into cPanel, I find it easier to sort of see what the whole folder structure is through that. Yep. I'm not aware with WordPress, you can't really navigate the folder structure itself, right? You're just seeing what WordPress apparently sees.
Yeah.
The folder structure itself is something that we have to get rid of, which means we have to basically start from scratch. But we don't want to lose the SEO.
Oh gosh, no.
Right? We don't want to. I guess like we do want a redesign in the sense of fitting our material to the chosen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. It doesn't need to be a redesign in any grander sense than that.
I mean, typically we do a major redesign of the homepage to make it very appealing and mobile friendly as well. Yeah. And then we pick a really solid internal page template and work off that. So we'll PSD. We don't use a WordPress framework on the homepage at all. We normally custom the homepage, and then go simple on the internal pages and the blog and stuff. But yeah, no, I'll happily look at that. So you're keeping the branding.
Yeah.
The messaging, because we have a questionnaire that I'll send you that sort of just helps us with where the messaging's going. Keeping the SEO is no problem. We use a program called WP Engine, which it's the world's premium WordPress hosting company.
Yeah.
What it does, and this is why we put Paul on it, it backs up every single hour. And if there's ever any kind of issues, it quarantines the site, it fixes it it restores it quite often before I even know there's an issue.
Yeah.
And it's the fastest server for mobile responsiveness for Google that we know of, and it's not expensive. So that's how we host, and it's in 3 different servers, one of which is in Canada, so we're Castle compliant, but there's also 2 other cities that it's hosted in too. So
yeah, I will find that that template or the WordPress.
yeah, please do. Yeah.
Let me just look it up here for a second, because I had it was looking at it fairly recently, and I think I have it in my Outlook. So I've just put Zoom, I've just minimized Zoom, so if you gesture, I won't be able to see, but let me just see if I can find where I put that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I got far too much open. My RAM is aching, so I'm just going to take me a little while.
What my machine was doing downstairs while I came upstairs. It opened up everything at once. Went, yeah, no.
All right. Just copying it now. Well, you know, there's nothing like having not quite as much RAM as you wish you had, but of course that every couple of months you wish you had a little more, so there's no keeping up with it.
No, right? I know.
I'm on I've got one of these Surface Pro books or whatever. It's a really great machine in every way, but you can't do anything with the RAM as far as I know.
No, I don't think you can. Not unless you have to order it brand new from the first spec, right?
Yeah. Can you remind me your email address?
Yeah, Jonathan at We Make Stuff Happen.
Right. Okay. It popped up right away. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what's your last name again?
Christian.
Oh, there you go. I should remember that. I am a Christian. I should remember your name, Christian. All right, here we go. Template, I'll just call it. So I'm just sending this through. Gotta find the Zoom window here now. Here we go. All right, so hopefully that'll arrive momentarily.
Okay. Still got out of office turned on here. Better turn that off.
So I'll get a bounce, or I'll get a message back.
You probably will, but I'll get it anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm in the website. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
So just to clarify, you would do all the hosting, then you're able to handle all that too?
We absolutely hosting. We can do SEO. We can do Google AdWords. We can do all different social media plugins, as well as new copywriting. I'm sure you got a lot of great photographs already that are probably sitting there that haven't been used.
Actually, that's something we pretty much we're going to need to do some new photos, because there are very few that are actually going to work for this application.
Yeah. You must know Seagate Mass Timber.
Yeah, that's the site I built the new frame site off of.
Okay, well that's my site.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basically I essentially took that as because that's what Russ is the functional principle of New Frame, in terms of there's partnerships that I'm not privy to who in the zoo, but he's the guy who basically makes the decisions primarily about that. That's the site. He said, I want to go off this site. That's why I really like.
Sorry, I've lost your volume there a second. Oh, you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
So
I built that site for Ralph about 4 years ago. And in fact, we're about 5 weeks away from a brand new version of that.
Oh, nice.
Because he's almost getting all of his job specs from architects and engineers.
Yeah.
And so he really wants to go super high end, faster rep sort of type to model that.
Yeah.
They're doing amazing. I built Ralph's first website for him probably 8-9 years ago. And so that's the third rendition that you're seeing there. And wow, he was 6 guys and himself, when I first started working with him, and now more business in the US and Canada. I mean, it's an incredible story.
Good for them. It's beautiful work they do too. Like, I follow them on various social media, and it's great.
We actually do all the social media as well. Just because, And the photographs, some of them are okay for social media, but I have a professional photographer who goes from job sites in Canada. So all those UBC photographs at Brock Commons there, we took all of those, and
Nice.
they've been shared in architectural journals around the world. I should have had for royalties, but
Well, by all means, because I'm assuming you're going to put together a quote on the various things we talked about, do add that in there, okay? Because I've been thinking, again, the ownership is going to decide what we actually do, but my intent is to advocate my own conviction, that we need to do some of that stuff too. Like, I love the way Seagate is put together. It's a really nice site. The photography is great. If you do SEO as well, if you do social media as well, I've been doing the social media. And basically what that means is I'll post a few dribbles and drabs on Twitter. Well, on Instagram and Facebook and Google My Business too. But if that's stuff that we could all say, here's a one-stop shop to get that all done, that might be great. We'll see what the ownership says.
But and we can apply for another grant. I mean, I haven't applied for one in 2 months because we tried two and both got denied, and they just said they didn't say there was no money, but my guess was there was no money.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be any different. I mean, Paul's had 4, maybe 5 over the years for Tamlin, so it's been a great game. And if we could do that, and we'd get it's 8,300 is the grant, so we could get a couple of those. We'd have all the money that we would need and then some to do it. How about video, by the way?
Well, yeah, like especially for a hero, like a jumbotron at the beginning or something like that, I think that'd be fantastic. The challenge would simply be, what do we want to put on the video, right? Like if you're going to do a drone shot of a plant, the plant is not glamorous. Like doing a drone shot of one of the New Frame projects for Alliance or New Frame would be fine. I guess selection of the actual subject is another matter, but yeah, like at least a short video at the landing page hero, I think is a very good idea.
Yeah. We just did a series of videos for dynamic windows and doors.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know that outfit very well. Or used to, like 20 years ago, let me put that.
Yeah, I mean, we did one video got them 2 orders, and it was a 30-second snippet of just how they do hardwood frames on one side and thermal barrier with metal on the inside. Very simple video, but just caught this architect's eye and went, that's exactly, I wanted the wood, but I needed the metal. And done. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, got it. Great. Okay. I'll run it through my team, see if there's anything else I need. But I think I've probably got, and you're going to send me that template. Let's see if that's come through yet.
I don't know if it's made it across the nether.
Let's see. You're an Exchange server, aren't you? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not come through yet, but sure it'll be any second. I'll look out for it.
So maybe do me a favor, is like what we're looking for is we're going to need a website for Alliance Truss.
Yep.
One for New Frame, one for Horus Engineering. So we've got those 3 companies that, obviously Tamlin already does their own thing. They're doing great. Or you're doing the thing for Tamlin, I mean. And we also have Epic Transport, which I suspect they won't want more than a landing page for, and maybe not even that, but if you put it in there, then they can think about that.
Sure.
So the New Frame would be relatively simple. We're just going to want the landing page, maybe a show of their capabilities, including their equipment that they have, and then sort of a bit of a portfolio of some of the major projects they've done.
Okay. And Horus?
Horus, I think, will probably just be a landing page because it's an engineering firm. We've never had much detail for them, but it needs to have something, right?
Okay.
What it's done so far.
HORUS, yeah?
Pardon me?
That's HORUS?
Yeah, HORACE, actually.
Oh. Let's just make sure I got the right ones.
It should be, if you look under the Alliance Trust website and you look at, I think it's under services. I don't remember now. There's an engineering under there, and you'll see the Horus.
Oh, okay, perfect. I can do that.
The only one you won't see under there is Epic Transport, because we've never even had that. Sort of it sits under history maybe, or transport or something like that. I don't even know if there's a logo up there. It doesn't really matter now, but like
it does. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can. So under services, Project Solutions Engineering. There we go. Oh, and transport. There we go. Yeah. Wow, it's a slow site, hey?
Yeah, everything's needs help about it.
No problem. No problem. Okay, I got Horace there. Yeah. We should make sure that opens in a new page. Okay, and then you said under transport. Wow, there we go. Transport. Epic Transport. There we go. We just finished a new site actually for Alchemist Transport.
Okay.
They do mainly fuel. They have all their own silver rigs and stuff in Surrey there. So their site not quite finished, but it was good enough to go live because what they had before was a Yellow Pages site.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything's better than that.
Yeah, right. Okay, great. I think that's all I need. Give me a couple of days. What day is it? Monday, Tuesday. I should be able to have a quote by the end of Wednesday.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jeff. Thanks very much for your patience, and very excited about what a project to start the day with. It's great.
Nice. Good. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Thanks very much.
Take care. I'll see you soon.
All the best.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.